much. I'm sorry I came here at the tail end here. We had a very important hearing in the Environment Committee on which I serve on drinking water, and I think many of you may have seen some of the latest news reports of some of the issues there. I represent, as you all know, the state that's called the land of 10,000 lakes. That's in contrast to this town, which I call the land of 10,000 leaks. But it is truly great to be home to not just 10,000, but 15,000 lakes, including one great lake, and that would be Lake Superior, where when I was growing up, that's where we would go. My dad grew up near there and hang out by the Split Rock Lighthouse and go camping. It is truly a beautiful place. The people in my state love to fish and boat and swim and hunt, and they enjoy our state waters. I can tell you that I was a little startled when I first came to the Senate, and here I am, brand new senator, and Harry Reid appointed me in the Commerce Committee on the Subcommittee on Oceans. Okay, I'm from Minnesota. But I finally realized why, and that is because I can see Lake Superior from my porch. In all seriousness, Lake Superior and the Great Lakes are vital resources for our region, for our economy, for our environment. Our cities depend on Great Lakes for fresh water. Our businesses thrive on them for shipping and commerce, and for families going up to the lakes is the favorite pastime in Minnesota. So here I'll give you some statistics that you can take with you. Over 200 million tons of cargo are shipped every year through the Great Lakes, including over 80 million tons that pass through Lake Superior. Sport fishing in the Great Lakes contributes $4 billion to the economy. The Great Lakes provides drinking water for 40 million people and 56 billion gallons of water per day for municipal, agricultural, and industrial use, and more than half of all heavy manufacturing takes place in the Great Lakes. In Minnesota alone, we have over 40,000 freshwater fishing jobs, more than any other state in the country. So how much do you guys think we spend on bait every year in Minnesota? You know, worms? Okay, you guys are going to guess? Come on, participate.
15 million.
Oh, he knew the answer.
No, I didn't.
So it's $50 million a year. This is like $50 million per year on worms and tackles. That just gives you one glaring example of how important waters are and the great waters are to our country. And that's why I'm so excited about this alliance that you're creating of national, regional, state, and local organizations to protect and restore our nation's great waters. I think when you look at what this benefit will mean if we truly do something about this, a 2007 Brookings Institution study found that the Great Lakes would reap a $50 billion long-term benefit from $20 billion worth of restoration. This has been one of my top priorities in the Senate. Last year I joined Senators Levin and Voinovich in introducing the Great Lakes Legacy Act, a bipartisan bill that would increase the federal government's support for cleaning up contaminated sites in the Great Lakes and support the development of new cleanup techniques. As you know, the administration has a focus that we haven't seen in the past on the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River, and we are very excited to do that. I see I've been joined by one of my esteemed colleagues, Representative Cummings. I have a feeling he's going to maybe talk about things like the Chesapeake Bay, and maybe, just maybe. It is great to see him here, and I think you just see the breadth of the care so much about this Great Lakes issue. And so I'm going to leave you with one little piece of Ojibwe lore that I find valuable when you look at these kinds of issues, these huge issues, these great issues like our Great Lakes. And that's the Ojibwe philosophy that has been passed down through the generations in our state. And what they say is that the decisions of great leaders are not made for today, but for children 7 generations from now. And that's what we have to remember as we look at the importance of preserving all of these Great Lakes and great waters throughout our country. Hey, Representative Cummings, do you know how much money we spend on bait in Minnesota every year, like worms? $50 million. It's true. I just want you to remember that as you come up here and you remember how important the Great Lakes are. So thank you so much for this important work you're doing. We're very excited to be part of this coalition in our state and look forward to working with you. Thank you.